I think my environmental passion actually comes from when I was a boy, and it's from two things. The first is I lived in England in a small farming village. My mum was the teacher, but behind us was a dairy. Across the street was an egg farm. So we just lived in this natural place where everybody took care of everybody else. So not just my environmental conscience, my sense of social justice. There were landed gentry. There were also, my friends lived in the council houses. So I saw, extremes of wealth and poverty as well. So that's one thing. The second thing on environmental issues, when I was in grade 7 maybe, I saw a film called Paddle to the Sea. It's a brilliant book and movie all about what we were doing to ourselves in the Great Lakes and destroying this incredible heritage of the largest body of clean fresh water in the world. And it just taught me that we need to act together, and we need to act strongly. And since then I've always believed in doing the right thing for the environment. Obviously I don't know all the answers. I learned from other leaders. I learned most of all from the people of Toronto, because the people of Toronto are environmentalists. They want to do the right thing, and they demand that their local government does the right thing. Just see it ever so slightly differently, because from my perspective, Torontonians elected me because they had a set of values. They're environmentalists, they believed in public transit, they believed in social justice, and they wanted Toronto to be a modern 21st century city. And that's why they chose me. And the fact that they chose me has allowed Torontonians to express those values. Incredible things are happening here, particularly around environmental issues. And so the next mayor will be building on that, because Torontonians will demand it. Our climate change action plan passed council unanimously. Left, right, and middle, even though those are outdated terms in local government, passed it unanimously, and it wouldn't have if Torontonians weren't there. So what I've tried to do is significantly advance the agenda. So we're at the Green Roofs Conference. Well, we got the first bylaw that makes them mandatory in North America. City Hall is becoming a showcase of environmental sustainability, including a green roof. We've got cool roof options for smaller roofs. So we have advanced things, and what I believe in is you do the right thing from the policy, but you also find practical ways to actually make it happen. And that's something, as a mayor, you're in a privileged position to do. So we have the right policy. We also have programs like grant programs that are practical ways of helping make it happen. And I think if anybody ever tries to cancel those, people will kick up such a fuss that they won't be able to. The roof is all in the context of the revitalization of Nathan Phillips Square. And where that's going to go is that there's going to be one person whose responsibility is for everything. For the park's responsibilities, for the facilities responsibilities, for all the responsibilities that touch on the square. And I've probably missed 7 city departments right now that have jurisdiction. There'll be one person that's responsible. And they'll have the resources that will allow them to support not just the green roof, but the Peace Garden's going to be moved to a very green place. It'll be part of the greening of the square over on the west. There'll be new facilities for events, for example, and that person's going to be responsible for all of it. And we've structured in a way that, first of all, is logical. Secondly, we'll have some accountability. Right now we put all sorts of resources into Nathan Phillips Square and the roof, but because they're segmented in all different departments, they're not used to the most effective way. So we've very much thought through that issue, at least here, and we've seen that's a challenge we've had in parks all around the city, and that's why we've made some of the administrative changes that people don't see yet, but are in place that are going to ensure, as far as is possible, that these kinds of projects succeed for the long term, not just the short term.